Hi, I'm Abby Levine, voted #1 hypnotherapist in Los Angeles 4 years in a row and founder of Emotional Intelligence Society. And my goal for this video today is to make sure that you understand how your mind works and why hypnosis actually works. I get questions all the time. What is hypnosis and how does it work? So that is what we're going to go over today. So first of all, this is the theory of mind. So this is your mind, right? We're all born with this primitive area of mind. That's the Neanderthal part of your mind. It's about 1/8 of our DNA, right? Homo sapiens. We're born with two fears. Oops. The fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. That's it. Every other fear is a learned fear. Therefore, it can be unlearned. Great news. We're also born with two basic primitive reactions, and these are fight and flight. Now, back in the olden days, these used to be our survival mechanisms, right? Saber-toothed tiger, rawr, we go into fight, or we run away. But we're not confronted with life-threatening situations anymore. And we still have these mechanisms in every single cell, in every single strand of DNA. And so what happens is that our fight and flight mechanisms are falsely triggered by the stress of everyday life. So what happens is that fight is triggered and it manifests as anxiety. And then when the anxiety gets too great, we flee into depression. And then unless we learn adequate coping skills, we bounce backwards and forwards between anxiety and depression. And round it goes. And if you look around in our society today, you'll notice that 65% of our entire society is on either an anti-anxiety or anti-depression medication. Which there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because you got to do what you got to do in order to get through. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. However, the fact that there are such simple tools and techniques to use to combat anxiety and depression and get rid of it just makes me so crazy. Anyway, back to how your mind works. Between the ages of 0 and 8, we are like sponges. So we are absorbing every single piece of information that we're exposed to. Everything we see, everything we hear, everything we're told. This is where our value systems are created, our belief systems, everything. And we take in positives and negatives. So positives are, chocolate cake is delicious. Negatives are, I have to eat spinach before I get my chocolate cake. Positives are, I like hugs and kisses. Negatives, I don't like being punished. I don't like being shamed, right? All of our values, all of our belief systems, all of our automatic behaviors are right down here. Between the ages of about 8 and 13, we start developing a filter. It's called the critical mind. Now, this filter's job is twofold. One, it protects, aka traps, all of the previously formed associations. That's what we call these. And then it also filters out all incoming information to make sure that it matches up with this. I'll explain why that's important in a minute. This whole thing, guys, is your subconscious or unconscious mind, and it makes up 88% of your total mind power. Here we have your conscious mind, that's 12%. You might have heard scientists say we only use 11.9% of our brain. We don't only use 11.9% of our brain, we only control 11.9% of our brain. We control our conscious mind, which is where logic, reason, analyzing, decision-making, and willpower, which doesn't necessarily always work when you want it, that's up here in your conscious mind. So let's imagine that you have a thought. You want to make a change in your life. And let's say that that change is, well, gee, I would like to make more money. Seems reasonable. It's logical. You've reasoned that that kind of makes sense. You've analyzed it, and you've made a decision. I would like to make more money. So this thought comes in, and it hits the critical mind, and the critical mind goes, wait a second. Let's make sure that this matches up with what you have down here already in the unconscious mind, because this is where automatic behavior is. This is where our behavior lies that we don't even have to think about. The people that we talk to, the words that we use, the expressions on our face, our tone, our body language, everything. All the stuff that we attract in is housed right here in your unconscious. And your unconscious comes back and says, Who do you think you are? You want to make more money than your parents? I don't think so. But there's not enough to go around. But there wasn't enough food for everybody in the house. But money is the root of all evil. But rich people are snobs. But if you have a lot of money, it means you're greedy, it means you're selfish. Money hates you. Or whatever, right? Whatever the beliefs are about money that exist in the unconscious mind, this is where the automatic behavior is controlled. And in a battle between 88% and 12%, who's going to win? It's a no-brainer, right? So this thought gets bounced back out again, and it never makes it into our automatic behavior. So when we use hypnosis, we can actually open up a doorway to your unconscious mind and start desensitizing some of these old limiting beliefs, and we can start creating new neural pathways, new neural networks that support the action that it is that you're looking to take. So hopefully this makes sense. If it doesn't, comment, question, put questions in the comments below, send me a DM, whatever you want to do. I want to make sure that everybody knows how their mind works, because knowledge is power. All right, guys, next time I will give you the science behind how hypnosis works, because it's really fascinating stuff. Got it on. Congratulations to me. So stay tuned. Abby Levine with Emotional Intelligence Society. Until next time, remember, whole is the new cool.